All right, well, let's just get right into it. So again, thanks to everyone for joining in today. So we're just going to briefly be going over the anatomy of a perfect high converting product page. So just a quick introduction. My name's Colin Body. I head up the e-commerce sales team over here at the Commerce Shop. With me, I have Satish Kumar. He's the co-founder of the Commerce Shop as well.
Hi guys, nice to meet you guys. I'd be also talking more on this anatomy in the later part of this presentation, but hi for everyone.
All right, go ahead, Satish, with the next slide, I guess.
Yeah.
So the agenda today, we're going to be going over product pages, the gateway to e-commerce.
Hey, Stone, you want to watch it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Next, the essential elements of a product page, the best practices and real-time examples, and following we'll have a quick Q&A. So just starting off, a study from ResearchGate states that 94% of initial impressions about an e-commerce store are directly influenced by the design and effectiveness of your product page. The magic of product page optimization. So product page acts as a virtual storefront. A well-optimized product page can improve your e-commerce store's search engine visibility as well. So a product page plays a pivotal role in converting visitors into paying customers. And we're going to be looking at the essential elements of what a product page actually looks like. So we're going to be looking at above the fold, the product showcase, trust signals, recommendations and upselling, and then converting them into sales.
So thanks, Colin. I'll take care from here. So as Colin was saying, if you look into it, these are the major essential elements that a product page should have. And each element should have different aspects that we need to look into it and what needs to be done to make it perfect. So we'll run through each and every section, what is the best practices and how you can improve everything. So we'll cover in detail. So in case if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask the questions in the chat. We would be happy to jump into the call, jump into those messages every now and then. So you don't need to wait till the last. So let's get into the actual meat of the presentation. So the first section, I would say like above the fold. If you look into it, so what are the elements you need in above the fold section? Generally, it means what a user sees on the first view of the page. It could be both on mobile or on desktop. If you look at it, what are the elements he could see without scrolling down? So that's what we call above the fold. And the elements that a customer would be looking for is the product title and product image or any videos, click to the videos, pricing information, what are the payment methods you can include there, whether the stock is available or not, and shipment, is it a free shipment or anything like that, a review, snippet, and then call to action. So these are the major elements a customer would look onto your website when they are on above the fold section. The first important thing is the product title. Whenever you write a product title, if you are a reseller or if you are the manufacturers, try to be very concise, more self-explanatory, Don't write in more technical terms. Write a product title that could make more sense to your customer. Think in perspective of a customer. From their mindset, write a product title. Make it easier for them to even search in Google. Like if they are searching in Google, the title should match, because this title has an higher value than any other element if you look into it. So we highly recommend you to spend more time in understanding all these, what is the best title for a page, all these things you can look into it. And also you should make sure that any keywords that you wanted to rank higher, you can also try to include that, but try to avoid more any complex terms, which or any formulas, something like that. There is anything like that, try to avoid that. Make it as simple, plain English with something people can search in Google. That should be the title. So that should be how you design. Like this is one example we showed here, like a clear title, what the brand and what the product is all about. It should be so simple and people can figure out that. The next section on the above the fold after that is more on the product images and videos. Um, Whenever we say an e-commerce site, the customers are going to buy without even seeing the product in real life. So images play a vital role here. So try to have an high resolution images, and these images should cover all 360 degrees, is not just one angle and just one image. Try to give as many different dimensions of the image. If you can do any augmented reality 3D imaging, that's also welcome. But try to give multiple angles, and try to use an image format called WebP image format that makes the site load at a faster speed. Like it takes only lesser space, and you can embed lot many images and give the perspective to the customers about the product, how it looks like, all these things. And if you can make it more contextual images, if you can have any videos about the product, and how to use the product or how to unbox the product, those kind of videos, images, demo videos, you can also include in this product about the full page, on the product page. So something like this, if you can see here, try to give more information about the products. Like you could see at the bottom, all those images and different titles are there. So customers would love to look into all these things in person. So they would like to see how the product is looking on these angles, different angles, all these things. So and again, this is another example how you can show a video. So how it works, all these things you can show. People, if they are becoming interested on the product, they would love to see the video before they make a decision. So they would highly recommend that. And the next one on the above the fold section, what people would look for is the pricing information and discounts. So always display the product price pretty clearly. And if there is any discount, don't give the discounted price immediately. They're like slash it, show them the percentage, and give them the price. That makes them psychologically think that they are buying a product at an bet best deal. And always, if there is any options that you have, like if you buy in bulk, you get a discount. Try to provide that kind of information, like 10 plus products, you get 20% discount, something like that. That makes the customers to think that they get a deal out of this purchase. So always try to think about it, and make sure that you display all this information. And always think in a customer perspective. They think the price with Amazon coming in, like the product price is what they're going to pay. If you are having any shipping cost or packaging cost, you have to include that at least on the product page and information, additional shipping, or on the next page, like on the checkout page, immediately before they go to the payment page, show them the real price, because that would abandon them from exiting on your final payment page. So try to show, and if you can provide a free shipping, that is well and good. If it is a free shipping, try to provide that information about free shipping, or any returns, free returns, all these things, information. Try to provide it on the product page, on the above the full section itself. Let me show you some. And the other important thing is the payments. Like if you are giving them too many, like at least 3 to 4 payment options, like an EMI, easy payment options, or anything like Apple Pay, or if you're making them to pay through credit card or ACH, try to give them all these options along with multiple current. If you are doing it uh, outside US, you can also include multiple currency options. So that way people can feel that they can make an payments easily with the payment solution they already have, like through the card or through the options that you provide. So this is one of the classic examples where you could see all the easy payment options in the site. Right. This is another option where you could see we accept. These are the options. You can show them the options. Nowadays, Shopify provides that kind of a snippet. What are the payment options they provide? You can also include that on your product page on about the full section. Uh, And the next information that a customer would be looking at when they are on your product page about the full section is the stock availability. There are companies who just say, yeah, the in stock available, something like that. They just put that. But in case if you wanted to improve and conversion, there is a technique that you can employ where you can create an urgency, like only last 2 items left or last 10 items left, something like that. You can put that on the near to the add to cart button or near the pricing page, the pricing place, so that it creates an urgency among the customers
There you
to,
go. Okay.
so they can make a purchase on your site. All right. And this is one classic example how you can do in stock, but the best one would be if you can include 2 items left, 3 items left, something like that. That makes things much easier for a customer or create an urgency among customers. All right. And this is another information that we always say to publish. Um, Try to put the shipping and returns information. So whenever they're making a purchase or trying to add an item to the cart, try to give them the shipping information, like in how many days they'll get the product, or if there is any free returns, try to provide that also there. So whenever they make a purchase, they will make an assumption that this product will get to my hand in the next 3 days or by another 5 days. So those kind of shipping and return information is also critical. So try to provide that on about the full section. And this is another classic example where you could see a 30-day return, 1 year warranty, free 4-day shipping. So whenever they're making a purchase, they could see all these things that makes them comfortable, like they don't have any risk in buying these things from your site, so they can do it. So they would definitely try to make an uh, purchase on your site. And the most important aspect when you are on the product page, customers would be looking for is the review snippet. People would love to buy a product that is successful with others. So they would love to see what is the rating, how many people have rated this product. So try to show that as snippet, at least like what this product looks like, what is that number of reviews. So people would make a decision based on the review snippet. So try to have that kind of information on your above the full section. And the next one would be always the call to action. Definitely the call to action, what we mean is the buy button. So it could be like you can create an urgency on the buy button with some discounts like buy in next 20 minutes, get an offer, or make them to engage like if you don't buy and get an additional item for free, something like that. You can create an urgency on the buy button. But generally, if you look into it, try to make the buy button more vibrant. Don't make it like plain white or something. Make the button to stand out from the rest of the page, and try to have some better keywords like add to cart or buy now or get it now. Something like that makes them to take an action. So that makes psychologically they would do something. So try to have that kind of uh, copy of the product buttons, add to cart buttons. And so this is another a classic example how an add to cart button should look like. Should make it prominent, make it clear. Think not only on the desktop version, think on terms of mobile also. Even in mobile, the add to cart button should be sticky, and that should be prominent across how many scrolls they go, because in mobile you cannot add an item to the cart like if the button is at the top, and if they scroll like 5 scrolls, and if they wanted to see it again, all they have to do the 5 scrolls again to make the add to cart. So never give that option, the difficulty to the user. Try to have the add to cart button um, as a button that is available everywhere as a sticky button. So even if they scroll, it will be always there, and people can use the button from the site. And try to have some compelling words. This is another example. Make them to make an action on the button. So I think this is what we wanted to cover on the above the fold section. But before we jump on to the next section, do you guys have any questions? All right, I have a question from Forrest. I think if you have multiple colors of the same product, should they each be a separate product page, or should they be condensed into one product page with a color picker or change color or both? Our recommendation would be to have one product page with color options. That's the best one, because if you have the same product page with just a minimal difference between the two different product pages, like just the color alone, Google is going to think these two are two different pages with identical contents. So this is going to be a copy. That's what it is going to think about, and is not going to provide any SEO value for the pages, for both the pages. So we highly recommend to have one product page with all the options included on the same page, and make it intuitive so that a customer who comes to that page can easily understand and select the options they want, and they can complete the checkout. We also have some sections of the remaining, like at the bottom of the slides, to talk about that. So you can, we will cover those things. Another question is how SEO will be impacted if you have one product page instead of multiple product pages for different variations. Um, so if you there will be a big impact if you at least the pages will not be crawled properly if you have multiple product pages like with the same content. So always try to have one page, or you need to use a tag called canonical tag. You need to inform Google that this page and this page are same, relevant information, something like that. You have to do a workaround to make it work. Our recommendation is make it simple, have one page and give them the options. So good questions. Another questions we have is how consumer reviews and testimonials be properly incorporated. So the best option is generally you need to add a snippet, and there are tools out there in the market like Yardpo, Target Bay, where you can add reviews. You can collect reviews from your customers instantly, like on the when they are on the site, or you can send an email after they made a purchase and they received the item. They could send a review. They can write a review about the product, and it will automatically published onto the product page, and the review snippet will automatically getting updated. So there are so many tools out there in the market, even a cheaper tool like Stamped is out there. So whichever is best for your business, you can try that. But people read reviews and they make decisions based on the reviews. So try to utilize some tool out there. And another question I got is um, I have a fashion website where style change weekly or monthly and sell out quickly. Is there a point of me adding a customer reviews? I would prefer to, you cannot collect more reviews there. What you can do is at least collect some video testimonials from your customers and publish it on the product page at the bottom of the screen. We have some sections around that to show that this product and the company that's selling the product are a valid company and the trust can be created. So that would be a recommendation. Right? Interesting questions. Thanks for asking. Keep asking for more questions. I will try to say what we know. Nobody's there is no magical way or magical bullet that could solve and improve a conversion on any product page. It's all about whatever we covered with our clients. For we manage close to 500 clients. We try to use the best practices across different clients. Whatever we have learned, we are sharing it across here. If you guys have a better technique or anything, you could also talk about that in this meeting. All right. So the next one is about the product showcase. So the product showcase is more like making your product page more like a power page, we call. Um, you're not only going to show on the about for section with images and all the necessary information to do checkout, but if a customer is really serious about buying a product, he wants to know how this product is, what are the specifications are, what are the options available in the product, and will that be a right fit for me? So you will have some questions about the product. So we need to give them a full, complete view of the product, and it's in a nutshell, like it should be convincing them to make a purchase on the website. So we'll cover one by one. So the products showcase, if you look into it, you need to have the product descriptions to be more compelling, and you should highlight the most important factors on the product page, like what is the benefits you will get if you use the products. So we provide or we create the products to solve a problem for a customer. So you need to understand what are the benefits they'll get, try to identify that, make it as short sentences and paragraphs so that they can consume the messages easily. Don't make it more like a lengthy one, because at least 70 to 80% of the traffic is going to come in mobile. So think on those lines. So they're going to only consume short information. So try to provide those kind of information. And if there is any reliable sources that has given an information about the product, try to share that so that they can understand about the product. So this is one quick compelling story that you can show it on the above the fold section or also below the fold section like this. So whenever you're doing below the fold section, try to have not just one tab with description. You don't need to cover everything there. Try to cover as much as possible, and about the specifications, how to use the product, all those things. Try to give them separate tabs, and try to cover those kind of information in those tabs rather than covering everything in one place. The next important information is the detailed specifications. Once the description is understandable, the customer would love to see what specs this product has. So you'd be looking whether this is having, like for example, if it's a computer product, they're looking for, does it supports my port? Does how many charging unit ports are there? All these things people would love to see, and what is the battery life. So try to provide all these specifications to a customer so that they can make a decision with the knowledge, not just by seeing the product. So try to give all these specs. Like even this is one of a classic example for a headphone. It shows what this product is and what are the uh, features are there in the product. This is another classic example where how this product looks with a mapping, what you could see on the what you could get with the product. And this is another format of just publishing it as an text-based format in a table column, like how you see in computers. This is one another format of showing the detailed specifications. So the next one is all about the variations and options that you guys asked. So the more and also the customization, making your customers to select what they want or customize things like how you buy on Dell. You can buy products or choose the parts of the product and buy as a whole package. So you can also give that kind of options to a customer. So this is one of the options. You can have this showcase like the variations on the above the fold section, or if that's big, you can also have it below the fold section also. This is one option. And this is another classic example for customization. If you want your customers to customize things, you can ask them to click and customize things from there. And the other important thing is whenever you display all these product descriptions and specifications, it is going to add on value to your SEO. So it is going to make whenever customers searching for some problems or some product keywords or some issues, your product content is going to rank on top of those for those contents. So it is not only convincing your customers, it is also helping to attract more visitors to your website through SEO. This is another classic example of how a comprehensive product description would look like. Mhm. Any questions? I see two questions here. You will want to have reviews for if your company, not individual products. Yeah, you can. The question from Michael, I think, is, I believe Craig has Michael has responded to that question. Like you will have, you should collect a company review if you are selling the product every now and then. So I think that's answered. And other question from Robert is, what tools or plugins you can assist in creating high converting product pages on my e-commerce platforms? I would definitely recommend an SEO plugin, and the next one would be a reviews plugin. Definitely you need to implement that. And there is a plugin for Google Schema Markup. So definitely you need to share more information to Google. So Schema Markup plugin would be highly recommended. And any image sliders and any video sliders or video playing plugins you can include there. And the other important thing would be cross-selling, upsell, and any bundle sell, those kind of modules you can bring it to the product page. There is nothing one you can say. There are multiple product attributes you need to bring to a product page to work better. Interesting question. Any other questions? We'll before we move on to the next topic. All right, sounds good. Let me jump on to the next one. The next one is on the trust signals. Again, if you look into any customer, they would first be attracted to your product images, understand the product, and then they'll read about the specification, think whether that's the right product for them. They will look into it, all the aspects. But the most important factor, if you look into any conversion, is always the trust signals. One is how much other customers are using the product, what is the satisfaction, all these things, and what is the what is the risk I'm going to take if I buy a product from this guy. Like if there is any low risk, like 30-day guarantee, or some agency that some big reputed agency has recommended this brand, something like that. You need to create a trust signal for a customer so that they're making a low risk purchase on your website rather than an high risk one. So we highly recommend you to look into those things. So our customer satisfaction guarantee, if you look into it, they would be looking into any if there is any customers are happy with the product and they have used it and written a review about it, or is there any money back guarantee, or any if things get broken, will there be a warranty or any delivery dates, or any other subscription they can go for that can make their purchase more easy when they make a decision like that. So all these things they look for. This is one of the classic example of how it looks like on the customer satisfaction guarantee, like no risk money back guarantee, something like that. And this is another one. What you provide, like our number one goal is to serve you, something like that about your company's guarantee. You can show it over there. Any 30-day money back guarantee, free shipping, online orders, all these things you can publish it there. And the other one is FAQs, customer FAQs. You should have an option where customers can ask questions about the product if it is right fit for them, and they can you can respond to those questions. And those kind of FAQs will be stored on the product page so that in future, if any customer comes to the product page, they can read these questions, and they can serve themselves instead of reaching out to a customer support team and all those things. This could definitely save a lot of time to your customer support team. So try to have an FAQ section or something like that, an easier way for your customers to ask questions and read the past questions from the customers. All right. Any other questions? This is one classic example Colin has shared in the chat. You can also look into it. This is a classic example how an FAQ should look like: a question and answer, and the most wanted question would be rated I, like 12 words would be there. So you can use. There are so many tools out there in the market that can help you in this FAQ sections. All right. Any questions? Okay. The next one is the detailed customer reviews. If you look into it, as I said, the review snippet is one piece. Many of the customers, after seeing the review snippets, they generally click onto the review snippet to see the full versions of the customer reviews, to see whether the reviews are real or just a fake numbers. So they go through all these in depth and make a decision. So this is how a review should look like, an information about the product and the review about the product. And if you have a real person's image or some kind of viabilities, those could make the reviews to stand out, and they can make a decision. And video testimonials play a bigger role. So if you can collect video testimonials through some means, that could make bigger sense to all the customers. So review testimonials would be best. And always you need to show the reviews, video reviews as a like a snippets, like it could be displayed like an horizontal slider. So definitely it is recommended to add on the website. And you should have a dedicated section for customer reviews. Like if you choose any products, like review products like Yacht or Target Bay, they will help you with setting up the separate sections for reviews, so that when they click the review snippet on the above the fold section, they will come to this review section and they can read all these reviews and watch the video testimonials. All right. And the last one is the trust badge. If you got any review awards or recognitions or review and trust badge from an review companies, you can include all those social proof on the product page next to the add to cart button. That makes the conversions much easier for your customers. So the decision they can take much easier with you guys. So this is one classic example how an awards and returns and recognitions can be handled on the product page. This is one classic example how awards and recognitions can be shown on the product page. This is another social proof where you can show how many people are following this product on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. So that's again an important trust that so many people are following this product or following this company. So ideally, I should be making a right decision and making a purchase on this site. This is another guaranteed for self-checkout, and other options will be there. All right, sounds good. That's it from the trust signals. Before we jump on to the product recommendations, I would love to see is there any other questions being asked. So there's a questions. I could see that can we control the reviews that's being shown on the website? Yes, definitely you can do it. The tools like Yatpo, they give you the ability to control the reviews and publish it on the website. So you have to approve before they can publish it on the website. So yeah, you can control it. Good questions. Any other questions? All right, nice. All right, right. So the next one is the product recommendations. So after they make a decision on seeing the product images, reading the product descriptions, and trusting your brand, they are going to do some add to cart on your site. So this is the time you can show them or upsell them or cross-sell them with some items that could boost your conversions, and also it will improve the overall order value overall. So that's something we highly recommend to implement on product recommendation. There are so many plugins and tools out there in the market that can bring that to the site. So you could see here like product personalized recommendations based on the user's browsing history on the product page they are in. You could recommend them what is the products that are available on the that are suitable for them. So this could be done. Or if you can want to make it as a combined purchase, like with some other different items, if they're buying any shorts, you can sell them along with, or if they're buying shoes, you can sell socks along with it. So those kind of cross sellings, you can give them an option, or any upsell, like instead of this product, which is $72, you can buy an higher product at an higher price, but it will add more value to your life. So you can upsell there too. So all these options will be there, and always show them recently reviewed products. Like if they are on a specific product page, if they have added an item to the cart, you can also show them the last visited products so that they can also go back to the old products and make a decision on those things too. And this is again a peer recommendations, like if some of the customers or the employees of your organization, they can recommend some products to your customers. So these peer recommendations is highly recommended. And bulk order, like if you are giving them a discount at a bulk purchase, you can display that visually like this, so that they can make a decision whether they to buy or not. All right, we are almost close to the end. Any other questions? What are the some tools to implement these things on a Shopify site? What are the tools that you need to implement this on the Shopify site? Um, I think the one product recommendation tool I would definitely recommend is Target Bay also has it, or you can go for Shopify plugins. If you search some product recommendation plugins, you can go for it, or you can go for Bright Edge or Bright Local. All these things have an higher engagement rate on the product recommendations. So many items were there. So I can also send you an email with all this information. Good questions. And another questions we have is, how do we measure the changes we are making on the product pages or helping in the conversions? Yeah, that's a good question. Generally, when you make a change on the product page, uh, we need to look into not the actual element of making purchase, like micro elements. How many people are converting, like clicking an add to cart after you make a change, and how many people are looking into your videos after you make a change? So those kind of micro elements we need to look into it, so that these elements add and bring the macro element of making the order completion. So there are tools like Wingify or Lucky Orange where you can track each and every conversions micro movements of the customers. Good questions. Any other questions? All right. The next slide, the last and the final important one is the conversions. So overall, all we did was to make an impact on customers' life, and to do that they have to make a purchase. So for conversions, we always recommend to have a guest checkout option also, along with the registered users checkout option, because people prefer to do guest checkout. They don't want to be contacted again. So try to have that feature along with same page checkout, like a one-page checkout. When they add an item to the cart, the next page they should able to fill out all the forms and they complete the checkout. Don't drag it to at least 4 or 5 pages like that. The conversion rate will definitely drop. And even if you do that, have a progress bar at the top that shows where you are on the conversion stage, so that you can make a purchase pretty easily. All right. The next one is this is again a common example how a checkout option, guest checkout option should look like. This is a same page checkout. Again, many of the um, Shopify sites are having this feature. They can check out from this page itself. All right. This is another classic example of how an indicator would look like. So you could see your cart, checkout, and order completion. Your progress bar would be there. And the other important aspect I would say is definitely make the site responsive to mobile. As I said, 70 to 80% of the customers are coming in mobile these days. So we highly recommend to start your conversion improvement with mobile rather than desktop. Some customers desktop are still useful, but we highly recommend to use a mobile responsive approach first. Yeah, any other questions? That's it from our end. Any other questions? I have a question like Shopify recently launched one-page checkout. Is it advisable to do a one-page? Yes, definitely you can do a one-page checkout. That is very highly advised, because people are not tired of going to multiple pages and making a checkout. So they all need in one page. And if you are using like Shopify, you can enable Apple Pay. So the entire content about shipping, billing will be auto-filled from Apple. So Apple can a customer can check out through Apple Pay pretty easily. All right. There is another questions I see. what are the some tools to implement these things on Shopify site? So I can put on recommendations and the presentation I can send you to that so you can have a look into it. And the next one is other question is there a plugin for the video reviews that would recommend? Yes, definitely. If you can go for Yardpo, they have that video review feature. And there's another product called Look, I think, that also have a video testimonial connections on the platform. Any other questions? All right, sounds good. And one last thing, we are providing a free mock-up audit uh, on your product page. We'd be happy to help you with that. So if you are looking for that, you can write us at Allot the Commerce Shop, or you can chat in this link. Sorry. Right. So you can take this link and you can go to this link to get the free benefits for all the users. We are sharing this message. Let me share this message here. I'm sorry. So this is the message that is shared. I have shared the link to claim the benefits to the people who have attended this webinar. So go to this page, just register for yourself. We'll do a free audit on your product page and give you the recommendations what needs to be done. So that way you could make it much better conversions. Try to make your product page to look like a power page, not just like another page where you show a product image, one image, and an add to cart button. Nobody is going to buy. So try to make it like a power page and make the conversions better. And I have one last question, like on your product page, would you say it would be designed to be used on Amazon? Yes, definitely you can say people can buy from Amazon. So you can include that. That again adds value to the customers in terms of that they can trust your brand pretty heavily. Good question. So I think pretty much that's what we are today. We want to cover for today. Any other questions? Feel free to send us an email at Allot the Commerce Shop. We'll be sending you this presentation along with the recorded webinar in a day or two. I would love to hear your feedback. Thanks for joining in today. Is there anything that you want to add, Colin?
No, just thanks for joining everyone, and reach out if you would like to discuss any website plans. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.